You have drones. They used impact explosives. They are sophisticated drones. They are not small drones. They are not the drones which come from Pakistan. They drop material. These drones have the capacity to lift, sustain, stop and drop. Second thing, you have rockets being fired, long range rockets, missile like rockets being fired. They land in the former chief minister's residence, which in itself is a different story. How have they got this capacity? It's like Hamas of 1989 and 1990, those rudimentary rockets being fired from Gaza. And then you have this ethnic clash in Jiribam in which 5 people just die. I mean, so it's impossible for me to put my thoughts in a comprehensible way to ask this question to you. Boss, what's happening?
Well, it is expected in a way. If we have not seen this, then there is something wrong. Because just across the border, the entire Myanmar government has collapsed. And you have seen the Myanmarese insurgents using this kind of drones, and they have been even using anti-aircraft guns and etc. You have in the in the Arakan province, for example, which is a little bit far away, 80% of the lands being taken over by the Arakan army, Singen province in Myanmar. So it's very natural the arms and ammunition which are available to the insurgent groups on the other side of the border. At some point of time, they will come to India because there is no border security, there is no border fencing, nothing exists there. And the government of India, for whatever the reasons, has failed to take or basically ensure law and order situation in Manipur. I mean, I refuse to believe that despite, the villages being scattered, that it's not a conflict that you cannot bring under control. You can surely bring under control simply because at least a side of the actors, those belonging to the cookies, they are in suspension.
But Suhas, there is also one thing, if you look at it, the upscaling of weapons. See, last year there were no drones. There were no missiles. You had action on the ground. People were going against each other. But this time, you have intense action. I mean to say 5 people killed in one encounter, which is Jiribam violence that has taken place. You have multiple sighting of drones. We have visuals, which we'll show it to you. People are very afraid. Schools are closed in the entire state today. And then you have those long-range capacity of the rockets being fired, which now our sources are telling us very clearly, traveled 7 kilometers. 7 kilometers. Anti-tank Nag missiles travels only 5 kilometers.
Please understand, the entire government of Myanmar had collapsed after the war began October 2023. So the character of the conflict has changed in the last, 10 months. Kind of a thing. So you could imagine that those arms which are available in Myanmar have traveled to Manipur. So that's what I was saying. We should have seen the writings in the world, whether in Myanmar or Bangladesh. Other major problems are coming up. I'm sorry to say that those who are in charge of security, they are not taking preventive actions, taking into consideration the lawlessness you are having. So if you say that earlier the conflict was confined between 2 communities, now it has become international in the kind of access to arms and ammunition they have. Please remember, when you have the Myanmar army completely overrun by the insurgent groups, so you can imagine the kind of access they have to the armory. So it's natural that it will come across this side of the border. So if we do not read it, it's our problem. But it's natural that this conflict, which you are seeing today in Manipur, it might actually travel to the other states sooner than later if we do not take control of the situation.
Okay.